when you are afraid, then you want to feel safe. And how do you feel safe when this absolutely unprecedented pandemic sweeps the whole world? So obviously it would make sense to turn to the government, to authorities in power. And, human nature is such that whenever there's an opportunity to accumulate power and get influence over other people's lives, there's no judgment in that. It's just how we are made. Once we get that power, we don't want to let go of it. But how can you live a happy, wholesome, fulfilling, meaningful life if it is driven by fear? And I'm not trying to trivialize the fear of COVID, because people do die, especially if you have risk factors. But there are many things that can kill us. Human beings, we are very vulnerable, whether it's cancer, whether it's an automobile accident. Death is something that we cannot escape. We cannot escape that. There are so many things that really terrify us, but it is up to us as individuals to say, no, I'm not going to let fear determine my actions. I'm not going to surrender my own power over my life, agency, which is my ability to live the life that I want, to somebody else, because it's not needed. It's really not needed. 2 years on, with COVID, with the medicines, with what we know, there are so many people in the healthcare world that have been working really hard and coming up with all sorts of treatments, listening to the media, and by that I mean the mainstream media that is focusing on variants. I say that's the way to give up your power. So take back your power, own it, and say, no, I'm going to live a wonderfully fulfilled life. COVID is not the end of the world, and I'm not going to let anybody make me believe that. I think this is a decision that we all have to come to on our own, and that really is the bedrock of a free society, a society in which individuals decide, I'm going to make the decisions that are best for myself and my family, and if there's a mistake, I learn from it, I grow from it, I change. But I'm not going to surrender the responsibility or the independence for a false sense of security, because it really is a false sense of security. Vaccinations don't prevent infections. Masks are not perfectly preventative. We know that whatever drugs come will have some adverse effects. So there's no bulletproof answer to anything. This is the messy world that we live in, and we have to navigate it. But in order to do that, we need to not surrender these important decisions to a government, which is populated by people who also really don't know. They don't know much more than we do.